Hi, there's a fascinating article in the Wall Street Journal on December 26, 27, 2015 called Trying to Hide the Rise of Violent Crime, which demonstrates conclusively there's been a massive spike in violent crime in our inner cities. Liberals are trying to hide it, and they do it in several ways. One, they brush off the homicide surge by contextualizing it over a long period instead of just focusing on what's happening right now. Another is that they play down the jump in homicides by hiding the actual figures. And the most desperate tactic, the article says, is to disaggregate the average. Fears of a new nationwide crime wave are premature at best and widely misleading, asserts The Atlantic. But such a variance is inherent in any average. If you look at the major cities, though, there's been a massive increase. And the article documents it. It's Wall Street Journal, December 26, 27, 2015. Now, why is this happening? It's happening because Democrats can't survive without exploiting racial tension. They're exacerbating racial tension. It's part of Obama's agenda. And that's causing police, because of these phony hands up, don't shoot, Black Matters Lives groups, based on phoniness and lies, they're causing police to be hesitant, which is causing a massive increase in murder rates. So you just think about Ferguson in Baltimore. First of all, George Soros spent $33 million financing outside professional agitators in Ferguson in Baltimore. Obama invited the agitators to the White House to urge them on quietly. Al Sharpton, who's the leading agitator, has been to the White House 100 times, and Obama calls him his main racial advisor. I mean, this is all part of the plan, and Obama, every time one of these horrible incidents occur, which possibly could be one of the few cases of white cops hurting black guys, which does happen. It's very sad, and it's hopefully prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And there have been several cases like that. But when it does happen, and many of them turn out to be where the black guy was a thug trying to hurt the police officer. Take the whole case with Hands Up, Don't Shoot. That was a complete lie. It was exposed as a complete lie. It never happened. And that guy was lunging at the police officer trying to get his gun, and the police officer had to shoot him to back him off. But, of course, the facts don't seem to matter. And then the Black Lives Matter, part of their group, starts chanting, kill the cops, and there's been a lot of shootings of policemen in America. I mean, you take the overall number of police interactions with the population, there are millions every year. And the number of cases which are suspicious of bad cops, and there's going to be bad cops, is very tiny. The huge problem that blacks are having is black-on-black crime. In Chicago every weekend, it seems like there's a free-for-all in certain parts of the city of blacks shooting blacks, and that's not on the agenda of black leadership. This Black Lives Matter. They only want to talk about the very few cases in the culture where a black man, supposedly unarmed, in some cases it tragically happens, is killed by a white police officer. Very rare, and those cases, again, should be prosecuted, but that is not the main problem. But what's happening now, because of all this, and when the Trayvon Martin case occurred, which eventually was found out that he was the attacker on George Zimmerman, Obama's first initial reaction right off without waiting for the evidence was, oh, my son could look like Trayvon, trying to interject himself all the time to increase racial tension. And blacks have suffered miserably under Obama. You have massive black unemployment. You have record poverty. I mean, it's been horrible for blacks under Obama, and that's part of his goal, is to disrupt society by creating riots, by creating racial tension, by dividing Americans, and it's been successful. But now, as this Wall Street Journal article points out, there's been a massive spike in murders in inner cities, people getting killed, and violent crimes because the police are hesitating precisely because of this racial tension, which Obama and the Democrats have helped, certainly contributed to.